When you find him with the bottle down there, can you also, what is it about the bottle that he likes? Because Jeremiah likes a bottle. I used to think, why is Jeremiah always playing with a bottle? What is it? Initially, it made a lot of noise. I thought, why is he with the bottle? Then I said, you know what I need to do? I'm going to go down with him and understand. Slowly, not fast. Don't, and I don't do it 8 to 5. But even if I had to play with him for 10 minutes.
10 minutes a day, yes.
It is consistency.
Yes.
It's like working that muscle.
Yeah.
You're working that muscle.
So tomorrow he'll bring that bottle to you.
Yes.
And want to play with you again. People
And
underscore that.
When he brings the
He'll
bottle,
bring it to you. Yes.
when
because
he
you
brings the
played.
bottle to
Yeah.
you, show excitement.
Exactly.
Because now he's interacting. He's not disturbing you. You're on your phone. Jeremiah, I gave you the bottle.
Yes.
Why?
Drop it. And
When he brings the bottle to you, watch him. Smile. Look at him. I've seen people, they are able to talk to a 6-month-old child. Baby. They're able, and they say, I can't talk to my child who is 14 years old. But the 14-year-old, you're saying, boo, 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 ball. Even this one, when he says ball, stop and pick everything ball.
Yes.
And say ball, while looking at the child.
Yes.
Ball, go down a little bit lower. Look at him. He won't respond. Start. Ball. Now, you have a cup.
Yes.
You start teaching blowing.
Yes.
I don't have bubbles to blow, but I can make soap water.
Yeah.
Get something, start blowing what?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. I don't do that 8 to 5 because I have an 8 to 5 job.
Yes.
But on Saturday in the afternoon, I don't go to the salon every week. I create time.
Yes.
When I go back home, I create time and teach my child. The people at home are also now learning. They've
They are
learned.
now educators. Everybody's now, it's a school. So his whole life.
And they pick up from you.
Yes.
When they see that you're actually engaging,
Engaging,
then they also
yeah.
become interested in doing the same.
Yeah.
We create the energy.
The brain grows. It doesn't stop growing. That is why you can learn computer science and be the best computer scientist from the age of 50. People think, after 25, I've left the university. That's it. Now it's time to look for money. It's time to look for other skills. So how do I give him other skills? Judith School of Love.
Let's walk.
Irene,
School of Love.
let me tell you, it is not easy.
First, wait.
It is not easy. You get it? It is not easy. There's time involved. There are resources. But you're also the mother. It can be exhausting. You're also parenting your other kids because they're also there.
Yeah.
But you're also looking after yourself. It can be exhausting. I got support.
Yes, find support.
I got support and started training them. Now, how do you get support? Where do you get those people? There are people who are interested. Find a teacher or a normal human being. Even teachers are normal human beings. I've taught Jeremiah, he's learned many things. I don't know a lot of the things he's learned.
Yeah.
For example, he's playing the piano. He's not verbal, but he's playing the piano. I don't know if I can play anything on the piano, but he's playing the piano. How? I found somebody with a music instrument walking on the road. And I said, could you teach my son to play the guitar? And he said, yes. I did not say, my child who has autism, can you teach them to play the guitar? No. Jeremiah,
Teach my child.
Yes.
Yes.
the same way you don't tell other people that, can you teach my child who has 2 hands to play the guitar? You say, I'd like you to teach my son to play the guitar. Can you play the guitar?
Yeah.
I see you with a guitar and I've seen you on the road 3 times. The guy said, yeah. He walked into my house. I called him in. He came in. He said, where is the child? I said, he's there. He looked at me, looked at Jeremiah and said, does he play the guitar? Can I tell him notes? I said, I don't know. You said you teach people how to play the guitar.
I like that.
Teach him.
So it became you gave him a challenge as well.
Yes.
I like that.
Jeremiah initially could not touch the guitar. We were also worried he could pull off the strings.
Yes.
We were running and doing all these things. But the good thing is I spoke to this individual, explained to him about autism. He became interested. After a period of time, okay, we tried the guitar, we tried, giving it to him. The first lesson is give it to him. He looks at it, throws it away. You say, what kind of teacher is this guy ever going to learn?
Plan B1.
Plan A1. After 2 weeks, I said, is this child ever going to learn the guitar? The guy said, I'm not sure, but I have to pay for each session.
Yes.
And I'm saying, continue. Because in my mind, if you had to take a child to learn mathematics, they start by first of all understanding the signs.
Yes.
Then they should be able to say, now I can go to pi r squared. Then they can now go to Black-Scholes model, whatever other models are. So now we can do differential calculus. Now we can. So why can't Jeremiah also learn from the basics?
Yes.
So we have these conversations with this gentleman, and he's like, okay, let's work on it. We tried the guitar until the guitar, after about a year, the guy wasn't responding. And this is twice a week.
For 52 weeks.
Consistent. Let me tell you, you cannot parent a special needs child if you're not disciplined.
Say that again.
You cannot parent a special needs child if you're not disciplined, if you're not patient, if you're not consistent.
Consistent.
And if you don't have those traits, just get them.
Start learning.
Just
You have to
learn.
learn
Those
them.
are the tools you need. They don't cost money.
Yeah.
You speak to yourself
get
and
into
say,
it.
this child did not know pure math when they were in P1. They learned as they went through to.
Yeah.
So now even this one doesn't know the guitar. Teach it to him twice a week. He'll throw it away. You don't want to look at it. Now, while he's doing music, I introduced basketball because I thought this child is now growing too big because he's not doing a lot of activities.
Exercise, yes.
I want him to learn basketball because he's a full human being.
Shoot JJ.
We went to basketball. I bought a ball. He was just rolling it. Even me, I didn't know basketball. I started bouncing. He would run away. The noise was too much. Sensory.
Yes.
So, but then I thought he needs to play something.
Yes.
We went to swim. You would throw him into the water and he would swallow the water and near drown. And I thought, well, I don't want to come and they tell me the child has drowned.
Yes.
But I tried, there's also the element of expose this individual.
Yes.
The age doesn't
much as
matter.
possible.
The age doesn't matter, by the way. Some of these skills, Jeremiah started doing them when he was 16 years.
But you had exposed him.
I exposed
You
him.
had kept on.
Exposed him.
Yes.
Exposed him. So we did the basketball while he was also doing
Piano.
the piano. He'd go and bounce through, just throw the ball. Not, you're telling him, he's doing nothing. Do the basket, Jeremiah. He's not verbal. So you're wondering, does he understand? Because you see, the other thing also about non-verbal children is we confuse cognition, communication,
Yes.
and speech.
Yes.
We think now that my child is not speaking, they don't understand.
And exactly.
They don't understand. And they are not communicating. But communication is a house. It's like a house. The child actually understands. But do you speak to them? Do you wait for a response? Do you speak to them or at them?
Very key.
Very key.
Recently I learned that Yona understands Luganda very well. Yet we're always speaking to him in English. I don't know, there was a conversation we were having and he followed and asked a follow-on question in English. I was like, wow.
Never talk about your special needs child
Around them.
around them. Never. Because they understand what you're saying.
Yes.
And when you look at them, if you pay attention, you will see that his iris just moving like this. Then you know that this child is following the conversation.
Yes.
Because they are speaking with their eyes.
Yes.
They are speaking with their eyes. So back to the school. We did the guitar. He wasn't responding to the guitar. One day like this, my daughter said, maybe he'll like the piano. I said, my friend, do you know the investment I've put in the guitar? I said he will like the guitar. I said he likes.
He must
He will like
like
it.
it.
It's just been a year.
Like this honesty.
They are now going to be 2 times 3 because it costs money
Yeah.
and time. And I'm like, then we start afresh to a new skill. Are you following this thing? Do you understand the stress involved?
Yeah.
This is the reality. Yes, the reality of it.
Yes.
Then we moved to Piano, I thought, okay, I found the second-hand one. I said, we shall try. But now how will he even know now this is do, re, mi, fa, so, then the middle one. At this the other one, now he had learned how to hold it. He had stopped pulling the strings. So we got the piano. Out of pressure. I was like, okay, let me look for a second-hand one. And somebody who can teach this child what?
Piano.
We started now trying the piano. Was he first looking at the keys, he would look like this. Then I would think, now, what is this? This child, my head and Kamane, it could be, I haven't even fully paid. I haven't even fully paid the thing up. No. He's just looking up the other side. But then he started. And then I realized this thing is allowing eye-hand
Coordination, yes.
So I stopped looking for the keys and the music to the skill. And he stopped being sensitive
To sound.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Because then you go with him to a place and he's holding his ears and screaming. But now the music
The pitch and everything.
stopped. And I said, you know what? Now this is the benefit. My money is paying off money.
Yeah.
My money is
But
paying
also
off money.
thank you for being flexible.
Yes.
We talked about it. The skills you need in that
Yeah.
toolbox. In
Friend,
the
I will
jungle.
keep highlighting
Yes,
them.
I'm agreeing with
'Cause
you.
they come
That's the toolbox for your journey in
Yeah.
that jungle, in
Yeah.
that forest.
You are in a forest. You
Yeah,
did
so
not
you have
plan
to
to
be
find
flexible.
a snake.
Yeah.
You found it.
You
What
found
do you
it.
Found you,
do?
what do you do?
Adapt.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're like,
I go back.
this snake
Eh?
is going to eat my child if I don't do something about it.
Yes.
You work on it. Now, what's happening in while all of that is happening, I'm not training on just one skill per year. There are things that you work on. So you're thinking, but by the time a child is this age, on the minimum, they need to be able to wash.
Yes.
Their house helps. I told you I'm preparing for the day they would say, Judith is no more. She's no more. She's not here anymore. Who is going to take your child if they cannot wash their clothes?
Exactly.
Or there's a washing machine where they will go. Or there's one in your house that you're sure of continuity. Even if it's there, you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
So I said, while all of this is happening, on the minimum, be able to wash a few things.
Yes.
I then read the law. The washing machine will be switched off and nobody will wash Jeremiah's clothes. Because I told you, if I had to expose the hardest of circumstances and conditions, I'd expose them to Jeremiah.
Yes.
And if he can go through that life, everything else is normal.
He will be able to survive.
He will.
It's survival.
He will.
That's
He will.
independence.
And he won't be a burden.
Yes.
Even to siblings, they'll easily take him in.
Yes.
to
He started
anyone.
learning
Yes.
the concept of washing, bending his back, putting clothes in a basin. He washes them, puts up. Do they get clean? No, they don't have to. But even then, as now getting activities. In the morning, brush your teeth. How? Everybody at a certain time was brushing teeth at the same time, twice a day, for Jeremiah to get the concept.
Please say that again, because I think as educators and in these centers, we struggle with that.
Yeah.
They want you to do it at the center, but they're not doing it at
At
home.
home.
So I want you-
Everybody in the morning,
Yes.
in front of the mirror,
Yes.
we had
A brushing
tons.
session, yes.
We had tons.
Yes.
And we don't begin by brushing. You get the brush. Then you sing brush. Brush, brush, brush. Brush, brush, brush. Until Jeremiah also gets, and is now, everybody is now following everybody.
Yes.
Team effort.
Team effort.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Well,
Then we get the brush. Then he sees you getting the paste and putting it on the what? You don't put it for him. Then you also give him the toothpaste.
follows.
Everybody now puts, he will put a lot, he will refuse, he will look away. It is learning. People don't learn all the concepts in one day. Your child started mathematics in nursery, then they went and did pure mathematics at the
And others are
university.
still doing PhDs.
Others are still doing PhD.
Exactly.
So, there are skills that are learnt at school. There are skills that must be learnt at home. Because it's not going to be brushing at school.
Yes.
Stop dropping off the kids at school when they haven't brushed. Because you're paying them money. When they're 25, will they be brushing at school?
No.
So, everybody, we're going to brush. Brushing all the kids in front of the mirror, in their bathrooms. He's watching some of these things he learned by observing. So, and then creating a schedule.
Yes.
That's where the schedule comes in.
Yes. Yes.
So, morning, brush, good. Then next, then shower. Break down the tasks. Break down the tasks. Even the regular kids, when you tell them go and shower and they're young, you break down the task. You say soap, water, shower, warm water, blah, blah. So we would break down the task. Was I working? Yes.
9 to
I've always
5.
worked.
And sometimes even later, the kind of job you
Yes.
do, we know.
Yes.
Yes.
Demanding.
Sometimes, most times, as out of the country.
Yes.
Let me tell you, you arrive at the office at 8 a.m. and the only statement you're not saying is, I'm tired, because you are exhausted.
Yeah.
They started earlier.
Yes.
True.
But I said, suck it in. You're not a victim. That's the truth. You're not a victim.
You're not a victim.
If you play the victim card, you can't be the parent of this child.
Time keeps rolling.
Time is
on.
rolling.
Yes.
Time is rolling. So I said, what do I do? Now my child, what is he learning? So when people are saying my child is in school, they're now in P2, they were the best, it's okay. It's okay. That's their race. You, the parent of a special needs child, run your race. Stop
Say,
comparing.
My son put toothpaste on the toothbrush
And we celebrate
independently.
Yes.
And just
I even call Irene, my son is now brushing his teeth. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Take for me a video. Oh, I take videos for him. And then I show him. Then he laughs. Then he gets interested.
Yes.
Then he likes it, you know. So I keep showing it to him. Run your race. Stop comparing your child to his siblings and or
Other
somebody else's children
or someone his age.
or somebody his age.
Yes.
He's in his race.
Yes.
He's alone. I cannot chase the fastest runner. I can't chase them. They have a different race. So Jeremiah has a different race. In the Judith School of Love, I said, I'm going to teach this child. His father is going to teach him. His siblings are going to teach him. Then we said, now you're making the bed. For me, those are life skills that he must have. He might not be an MIT trained.
Engineer.
That has been my greatest desire. I visited MIT with him. And I prayed, I said, Lord, search my heart. This is my dream. He had autism when I did. But I am present to the reality that maybe he'll go there for different reasons.
Yes.
Or maybe it wasn't God's plan.
Yes. True.
So what is happiness? What is peace? Happiness is a choice. How do I make that choice? Which is the choices? What are the choices I'm making for him? So back to, we learn to brush. Then we said, okay, after brushing, what does a normal human being do? Make their bed. They have showered everything, make their bed. When we are praying, by the way, he's also down there with his hands like this.
Yes.
Will he occasionally get off and touch the bottle? Yes. Then I will prompt him and say, Jeremiah, we are praying.
It's time for prayer.
Then we'll be praying. So he's going through this home routine. Now people will say, your child doesn't scream, jump, blah. He used to, but they outgrow it.
Yeah.
And then I keep prompting him. Like, Jeremiah, Jeremiah. So he keeps getting it. Eventually he gets it that I'm not going to pray for 30 minutes. I'll put him into consideration and say, let's do it for about 4 minutes for him to, that's his concentration capacity. And then as we're also doing these activities, I am following to, how long is he going at it this time?
Yes.
He was doing it for 2 minutes. Now he has extended it. So his concentration,
Is
his
increasing.
attention span
Is growing.
is growing.
Yes.
Now, the teacher in XYZ International School doesn't have the time to put my child on minutes to say he's now brushing for 2 minutes or he's now concentrating on the piano for 6 minutes.
6 minutes, yes.
It's me who is now extending it and saying, how long did he do? Do the video for me.
Yes.
When they do the video, me, I'm watching the video. I'm looking at
the
eye hand
time.
coordination. I'm looking at all these things and I'm saying now his attention span has extended. So I did the piano. He was doing the piano. I tried the violin. Because I love these music instruments. I don't know how to play them. And I said, if I don't know, why do I think Jeremiah has to learn in a minute? We tried those. He learned a few things. Then his learning would, sometimes go down. But I did give up. Not giving up must not be in your DNA.
You have
Because
to keep moving.
You are in a forest.
Yes.
You either eat or you eat.
Or you're eaten.
True.
And you must find that
Allow
tree.
me to take my shoes off because this conversation is getting deep.
Yeah, we should take
The shoes off.
Take the shoes off.
You need nature. These are the things.
Sometimes
you
sensory. That's the sensory. Yeah.
The kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would see them running like this.
Tiptoe.
Tiptoe. They're not used. take off the shoes.
take off
You
the
have
shoes.
that section where that time when you all walk in the compound. This is now the learning.
That is now the home
Walk in
school
the
of, yeah,
grass.
of love.
Yes.
Well, because one day you don't know, you want to be here, Irene.
Yeah.
When they determine that your child should now go and play with other kids there, can he survive?
And can he adapt?
Can he adapt? Yes.
Can he adapt?
And Judith, I just want us to share this celebration that you shared with us today.
Yes.
You mentioned a few minutes back that Jeremiah is nonverbal. And today, you've showed us that video
Yes.
at 17 years
17.
when he is
Finally.
bringing out a word.
My son Jeremiah,
Yes.
Irene, at the age of 2, he dropped speech.
Yes.
It was devastating. You know, at one time, one of my prayer requests was, Lord, I want to hear my son say just one word.
Yes.
I just need him to say, Mom. That's all. Even if he says it once, that will be enough.
Yes.
We did so much. I've had a speech therapist with Jeremiah every day. I've read so much about speech therapy, speech and language, and I was told for all of that, all of the things I've read, the books, you know, the therapists, everybody said, after the age 6, about 10 there,
Give up.
after that, he wasn't meant to talk, you know? But I didn't believe it. Something within me believes strongly that impossible does not exist. I've just refused to believe that it exists because the brain grows. And I said, what is it? Because somebody can get a stroke and speak again.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me that this child's brain, the speech part of it wasn't developed? Maybe it is better that we do it early. That would give us better words and sounds and everything, and even the muscles.
Yes.
But then I thought, but I hear this child shouting sometimes like, hey,
Sounds.
so I started reading around speech. Where does speech come from? Which part of the mouth? What must happen? Which sounds? Where do the sounds come from?
Yes.
And I just thought, no, there must be something. There's something. So, but sometimes you need somebody to believe that thing with you.
Yes. Yes.
Jeremiah has worked with the music guy. And he's believed my dream for this child. He believes that impossible does not exist. And he understands that we can work on the sound bar for 4 months. Just that.
Yes.
I don't set high expectations. Let him have 50 words. No, that's too much. If he gets it, very good. I just say, let's say bar. Let's work on that. So he read. I read, this is the role of the parent. You also have got to be involved. And it's involvement of you have to give blood and flesh.
Sweat and tears.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Yes. So we tried to work on sounds as we were working on other things. He's playing basket, he's playing music, he's painting, he's coloring, he's doing models.
Yes.
All of these are things and skills that I've tried to empower my child and said, what's he doing during the day? He's painting.
Yes.
Where is he painting? He's at home, he has a brush, he has colors, he has a piece of paper. He's out there when the maid is doing whatever she's doing and other people are doing other things. He's painting, he has a paintbrush and he could probably he's dipped it in paint and just done a line. For me, that's okay.
Yes, yeah, that's it. So did you create a classroom?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a room in my house that's 100% Jeremiah's classroom.
Okay.
Okay.
I did that.
Okay.
And a kind of curriculum that changes.
Yes.
It's not the same.
Yes.
So it doesn't change every day.
But it has a structure. 8 o'clock.
There's a
9, yeah,
structure.
at least. Yeah,
Yes.
Because, yes. Okay.
Yes. There's a structure.
And there's somebody to support him in
And
that.
a support system.
And a support
You don't want to
system.
say a person. A
Yes,
support system.
You've had the maid, the siblings,
Yes,
yourself,
yes,
there's
yes.
everybody.
There are people in the
So
house
at
who
those
know.
different times, they know when to plug in.
Even the guard.
Wow.
So yes,
Fantastic.
my guards,
Wow.
Yes, wow.
my guards taught
Yes.
Jeremiah to ride a bike.
Wow.
Wow.
So you pencil everything in. This will happen at this time, at this time, at
Yes,
this time.
yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
I'm just wanting to underscore that for the parent out there to know
Yes.
that they don't need to have a lot of money,
No, you don't need a lot
Yeah.
of money.
but
Yeah.
you just have put the
Yeah.
right support.
Yeah.
Intention.
Intentional. They will ride
Yes.
a bike at 3. When
Yes.
they finish the sweeping the compound,
Yes.
mumutwale avuge ku gari.
He will get the
Yes.
bike himself now and
Yes.
ride it. Yes. And then you stop fearing that he'll fall because for
Yes.
them, I've told them, teach him to ride the bike. The only part of the body you have to watch is the
The
head.
head.
Those instructions are so basic.
And
Everybody.
you know, I've also realized that when you give them that freedom,
Yes.
you're not policing them. You're not
Yes.
like, but you're telling them, listen, you if you feel you can do it, please go
do it.
ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
It also empowers them, and they feel, what's that word? They feel like they are part of that journey.
Yes.
Everybody's a part of the
They
journey.
celebrate
Break
it
it,
also
yes.
when he gets that
Yes.
milestone.
So there are border guys somewhere near my house.
Yes.
I used to tell these people at home, open the gate, and because I read somebody said their child walked out of the gate, and that scared me.
Yes.
And then they said, "What do we do? Let's label them. Let's give them." I said, "How?
Yeah,
When
tag
he's 40,
them.
how do you put a tag on my child? Put a tattoo?" I said, "No. Open the gate. Let him kill the anxiety and all this."
The curiosity. Yes.
Curiosity,
For wondering. Yes.
you're anxious about my child may disappear,
Yes.
to the curiosity that the child has out of the gate. I said, open the gate. I want the people in this lane to know who he is, that
Know
even if he
him,
walks out,
Yes.
they'll bring him in. So he walks to the border guys and stands there with him. And then I saw these guys are partners in this thing, by the way. You know, so for me, every time I see somebody, I'm like, this person does this, they can teach my child. So guys who are doing metalworks around, I go and talk to them, make them do some metalworks at my house, and then I'm like, by the way, I've got you a worker, he's there. What do you want to teach him? They say, how? Bija mocha. I tell them, Abi moche. For you also get burned. Let him
Yeah.
get burned.
Let him learn.
So in the morning, I tell them,
Fire, that you're
for the
teaching
rest
a
of the
lesson,
day,
yes.
for the rest of the week,
What
the
a
next 1 month,
productive activity.
let Jeremiah be going to meet those people, and they work on, you know, just open the gate. I've spoken to them.
Yes.
And they're like, we've taught him now he can do this and this, or he has refused, or at least he's there watching us. And I'm like, yeah, you be there
And
with
he
him.
has discovered
So
something else about the world.
4 to 5, he will be there with them. I'll show you pictures of him going on the road with people who are doing furniture. And I'm
Yes.
telling them, teach him to remove nails. Ask him to sweep the compound. Teach him to everything, because learning takes place everywhere.
Yes.
If you'll see, I'll be telling him, pick up the leaves. So I want him to pick only these and put them there and count them. So organize them like this. Take them to this place. I'm talking to, we're interacting.
Yes.
We're interacting.
Yes.
So the speech, that's what we started doing.
Yes.
I refuse to believe that there's a limit to this child, because the brain does not stop growing. And I challenge every scientist to convince me on that. I have seen it. I have seen every limit they put on this child. In fact, for me, if you want me to work on something, put a limit. I'm going to work on it. I must break the limit.
Demystify.
I must. It has got. I have to find a way.
Yes.
So I said, I'm going to try this. Is it going to work? Maybe no, maybe it will. But what do I have to lose?
Right?
The worst is I'll find out. But what if it works?
It works. That's a good one. Eh?
Yes.
What if it works?
What
But
if?
even if it doesn't,
Yes. You'll have learned
You'll have
something.
learned-
and also
something.
I feel like years later, you don't ever want to be like, I could have
I
tried,
could have, yes.
I could have pushed, I could have, you know.
You know, I was watching something recently. It's just a snippet of the story of, I think she's called Elizabeth Elliot. She was blind. Is she Elizabeth Elliot? Oh, I forget. She writes cards. She had cards and things. Anyway,
Yeah.
she was blind and deaf and everything, but she's left so much inspirational writing. And they were telling the story of the lady who worked with her to help her get to that. The dad had refused, but the mother, like you, brought in somebody. Her methods were not known at the time back in the days.
Unconventional.
And then, unconventional is the word. And she said, what you demand of the child now is what they will do or reproduce in the future. So what you're saying, they are limitless. So if you place limits on them, that's as much as you're demanding of them. Eh?
Yes.
So you have to keep demanding and okay, then you'll find they can't do it. That's fine, but you keep on.
But I
keep
even
on, you keep on,
believe,
yeah. So you
even
have to-
in their can't do it, you discover something.
You discover
new.
something that
like,
they can
like
do,
what
yes.
you mentioned
Like with
about
the
the
guitar and
piano.
the
Yes,
piano.
the guitar and the piano. Yes.
You know, I've seen.
Yeah.
I think there's a time. The first time I thought, what? The dad asked him, said, Jeremiah, go to the car and bring my keys. So I looked at him and I thought,
That's a very long instruction. Eh?
okay.
Let's see.
Jeremiah walked out, went downstairs, came up with keys. So I then started looking around the house, like who else had the instructions and gave Jeremiah. Then I told him, I looked at Jeremiah, I was like, who gave you the keys? He's looking at me and giving the keys to the dad. And I'm thinking, did he have the keys when he walked out of the room? So he looked at me and said, why? I said, you know why I was looking at you like that? Because I couldn't believe you were sending Jeremiah to get keys from the car. Like how? You didn't show him a picture, you didn't. He said, well, for me, I send him to do things that he does
Yeah,
them.
like patching. Can we patch
Like
them?
you're led to this.
We are.
Led to this.
No, you know what?
What we've been doing.
We underestimate these guys.
Yes. So I started, I thought, what is this?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, this thing on speech, because I said, but what is the worst that could happen? I would have tried.